Alright, for this next one, I'm going to, again, I already did it. I dragged a new clip, so this was our mirror. And now I just have another, I brought the same clip over, or you could pick a new one. So I'm going to go over to my video clips, and while I'm in Distort, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to click and drag and bring over Twirl here. And I'm going to move down, and it shows that I can change the radius of my twirl for my video in the center of it, and the angle of the twirl. It's awesome, right? I'm gonna really twirl it. All right, crazy, right? Very cool, right? Oh yeah, so cool. Oh, and look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, now for this exercise though, I wanted we can play around with all these effects all day long, but I wanted to point out that with every effect, you'll usually see a circle, and you'll see the square, and you'll see what's called the pen tool or the Bezier tool, where you can actually free draw shapes. Okay, so what these do, if I scroll over it, it says it's a mask. Okay, and think of this like we can actually cover things so that we can't see them. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to select the circle and go ahead, and it made a circle on it. And notice that it made what we call a mask, and I can control that the effect is only in the area in that circle. And notice that it's not affecting anything else, and we would call that a mask. And so let's look at this. So it did put the effect on, but it's only showing in the area that I actually masked. So I just went ahead and picked that circle. Notice that you can feather it. You can change the opacity of that. Really cool effects that you could do. You can imagine all day long. Very interesting things you could do with this. So I made this mask. I'm going to delete it. You could do it again with a square, or you could actually free draw. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. And then we have the Bezier tool. So graphics kids, it's just like what we did with the pen tool in Illustrator. But if you're new to this, if I click once, it's going to make a point. If I click again, I will make another point. If I click and drag while I'm drawing with the tool, I can curve it. And I'm going to finish up this shape and go back to the very first point. When I go back, it's going to make this little 0, which stands for the Genesis point, which means that that was the first one that I made. And if I click on this again, it will enclose the shape, and I now have a shape here. Also notice that while I was making a curve, we have these little handlebars that came out. And if I click and drag the handlebar, I can actually manipulate the curve of the object. And again, it made this custom shape for me. And now we have just this mask area. And that is it for masking.